Alrighty, let's connect it up. Alright, what's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm Brack, One-Eye Bry, also known as Brian, PT, back to talk about The Walking Dead, Season 10, Episode 3. We'll talk about Episodes 1, 2, and 3. Also, Walker Stalker Atlanta that's going on right now. So we got a bunch of different things. So if you want to do chat, it's always welcome. Super chat, live chat, all that as well. Always welcome to talk about that. Thank you guys for joining me today. Spoiler warning for The Walking Dead Season 10 as a whole. Comic stuff, all that as well. Don't want to ruin it for anybody if you're catching it on the replay. People are going to ask questions. Just spoiler warning. It says it in the title, but you never know. I don't want to ruin anything for there. So we'll talk about the Season 10, Episode 3. We'll talk about the last half hour or so because I saw the episode last night, and it's very good. And I'm interested to talk about it. But not everybody wants spoilers, but, I just got to play that whole angle there. So the first half, we'll talk about The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 1 and 2, Walker Stalker Con, and a bunch of things going on here. Thank you guys for joining me. I truly appreciate it being a big part of the channel. So I truly appreciate you guys taking the time here. I won't be able to host a live stream next Sunday because I would be on vacation. So I won't be able to post videos Wednesday next week. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. The first time I'll be back to post a video is Tuesday. So I'm sure the rumors and the speculation and the people, because people love to do all that and say, oh, he's this, he's that, he's not allowed to post videos, blah, 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 blah. You heard it here first. I'm just going to be away, which gives me anxiety because I'm excited to talk to you guys all the time about The Walking Dead. And I love posting videos and I won't be able to do that, right? So I wish I could bring you guys back a bunch of souvenirs. I kind of will because I will be able to post videos from my trip to Las Vegas and Portland, Oregon. We're going to Roll Off Farms, so we're excited for that. My dad's coming here, so I was I'll post some pictures of my dad and I because if you follow the Fight For Us series, you know who Bobby G is. So it's interested for that too. So he's going to be here watching the cat, watching Milo, the house. I never leave the house unattended. So I'm not going to be that person we have a very safe neighborhood around here and we have police officers down the street and everything. So it's very safe, but you never know. People are crazy with that stuff too. So I never leave the house unattended when we go away. But my dad will be here all week and it'll be here for, I'll be back when I can, and it stinks because I love talking to you guys and posting stuff as well. So I'll post videos as much as I can. So we'll hopefully see what we can do for it. So Walker Stalker Atlanta, let's talk about that a little bit too. So if anyone has gone to a Walker Stalker convention, you know that it's a good chance to meet celebrities, get pictures with them, selfies, photo ops, autographs, meet a lot of people. It's a great Walking Dead family and Walking Dead community thing. So thank you guys for everyone for the enjoy the trip things. I'm excited to I would actually love my dad to do a live stream if he knew what he was doing. He struggles with emails and text messages and selfies and stuff there too. So I don't think Bobby G is going to be able to do a live stream. That'd be really funny. If he was here now, I would bring him in. So it'd be really fun to be able to bring him in and talk to him, but he's not here. He's actually coming tomorrow. So that's really funny. I would love to do that. And my wife goes to kickboxing class and stuff now. When I do this, the only one that's here is Milo, and he's asleep by the sliding glass door over there. So it just won't be able to do that. So it's pretty funny. But Walker Stalker Con, let's talk about that because it's Walker Stalker Atlanta. And my wife and my dad and I have been to a lot of Walker Stalkers. We've been to Atlanta the past 4 years. And this is the first year that I haven't been able to go to Walker Stalker Atlanta for, the past 4 years. I've been on the 4 cruises. I've been to Orlando and I've been to the Nashville, conventions. But there's been some more bad news about Walker Stalker, allegedly, potentially. I've seen some videos and seen some messages and people tell me about it. And it's a shame because I like the idea of the convention, but there's been more and more and more bad news recently about people not getting refunds and certain celebrities not getting paid. And that's crazy, right? So Walker Stalker is a company that has a convention in various cities. They've been in Atlanta is the biggest one. They've been in London. They've been in a bunch of places. Hey, Carol. A bunch of people that have been, a bunch of cities that have been all over the place. Australia, California, Chicago, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, all these great places. Walker Stalker London last year allegedly, can't even speak, they said that there was bad things that have happened with people getting photo ops and they didn't get their money returned. And I'd be pissed. I'd be super pissed if I paid for a photo op, the celebrity didn't show up or had to leave early or anything, because it happens. That happened before. My dad and I, we were going to get a picture with Glenn and Maggie, I think, or definitely Glenn, and something happened. And the thing fell through. And we were supposed to get pictures with certain celebrities, and the person couldn't make it. So we got refunded the money. It worked out because we got our money back. And then we also got the big cast photo. So I got a big cast photo with 11, and it's at least 10, but maybe 11 cast members. We got to talk to them for a little bit. It was awesome, and we got a great picture, and then we left. But there's been problems in the past with volunteers, disorganization, just crazy different things, right? So right now, you're going to hear a lot of things going all over the place. Different channels, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff, most likely about the Walker Stalker convention right now. So right now, it's a crazy thing that people are spreading all these rumors and spreading all these things and all this stuff that happened at Walker Stalker Con. I don't know. I can't say what it is, right? So I'm excited to talk to you guys about it. I just don't know the information about Walker Stalker right now because it's not good news, potentially, allegedly, all that stuff. But there's been some different things about printers not working for pictures. So that would be kind of crazy too if I went to a convention, paid 70, 80, 100, 150 bucks for a photo op. And you can get two people in there, I believe, maybe 2, 3, but it's usually going with my wife or my dad in the picture. So it's been two of us in a big photo op, right? And we've done it in the past and they print off a great 8x10 photo. It's pretty awesome. But right now there's a video on Facebook someone had in a bunch of different Facebook groups that I'm in of someone going live and saying that they're telling people to come back tomorrow to get pictures because the printing is not been good. You couldn't get your photos. That would be ridiculous if I paid $100 and some, waited in line, and then went and got the photo taken, but couldn't get the actual photo. That's ridiculous, right? That's crazy. So I knew they had a problem with Celebrity Photo Ops. That was the company they did the printing and all that stuff. They were taking the photos and printing them. Something fell through with them recently. Earlier this year, it was definitely after the Walker Stalker cruise because I believe they were the people that were using for the photo ops and the actual printing of the photos. But recently, it's been kind of crazy for sure that they had problems with photos being printed on there. The other thing is that Angel Theory, who plays Kelly on The Walking Dead, something happened with security and a dog, which was a puppy, or a dog or something. Again, all these rumors and all this speculation and all this stuff is going around. I don't know what happened again, but something happened with Angel Theory and the security of the convention. People are pissed. It's blowing up on Twitter. It's blowing up on Facebook. Again, I can't weigh in on it because I wasn't there, but it's not good. It's not good at all because it's just definitely something that is not a good look for Walker Stalker convention. Because Walker Stalker was having problems at Walker Stalker London with refunds that people still haven't gotten, allegedly. I'm not sure. So it's like, man, it's crazy. And now any bad news about it, not printing, problems with security, people getting kicked out, problems with security, it's just not good at all. It's not a good look. But Walker Stalker conventions go into next year. There's some dates at Nashville and stuff there. And then I believe they have Atlanta definitely next year, and then maybe one more year, and then that's probably it. There probably won't be many more different things for it. So I can weigh in on Walker Stalker conventions because I've been to them, but they haven't been the best organized ever. The cruise was okay, better organized because you're on a boat and it was less people and it was less things, but it's just crazy that the conventions have been... Because there's volunteers that direct people, red shirts and blue shirts. And I think the red shirts are the regular volunteers and the blue shirts are the people that are like above them. So it's kind of crazy that I remember, I'll share this one story with you. I was going to get a picture with, my wife and I were getting a picture with Carol, which is, Melissa McBride. She's awesome. And you have to wait in a certain area to wait in line. So we were waiting there. That it was going to be that we were early because we were going to get a picture with the Dixon brothers right around the same time. So we were getting a picture with Carol, Melissa McBride. And we didn't want to wait in the regular line because we were getting a picture at another spot with the Dixon brothers around the same time. So how could we do both photo ops, right? It just wasn't going to work. So we waited, we talked to some people, and they say, wait here, we're going to get in line and we'll do all that. There was a line and a grid with like rows. And if you were outside of the row, which my wife and I were standing right outside because we didn't want to stand inside that for whatever, the guy said, if you're not in the rows in the grid, you got to leave and come back. My wife and I, we've been standing there for 45 minutes to try and get a good spot, to get to the picture, to do this, to get to the next photo op there too. And the guy was like, look, if you ain't in the grid, you need to leave. It ain't my problem if you're here early. I didn't tell you to be here early. Well, then at first we're like, whoa, buddy, whoa. You're not helping the situation and you're just causing more of a problem, right? So we waited outside of the grid, and I was like, I'm going to stand right here because I'm trying to get this, right? It's crazy. But my wife and I eventually got in line, and Carol went in, and they were still not sending, they sent VIPs and stuff in, and we had general admission, so we didn't really have that access to it. My wife went up to go talk to some higher up people and told them that, look, we have another photo op that we need to go to. So I'm waiting in line because I didn't want to lose a spot, right? So I'm trying to think of what are we supposed to do. So we were going to wait in line. And my wife, I could see her. She was like waving us like, all right, waving me to come up. So I left the line and I walked all the way up to where she was. And she said, look, we'll be able to go in with them, get our picture, and then jump into the line with the Dixon brothers. I was like, cool. So we're waiting and we're doing this, and VIP went in. And again, we're not VIP, so we don't know what to do. We're like, it's kind of crazy. So we're going, and the VIPs go in, and no one directs us to go in. So I'm like, it's kind of crazy. I'm like, okay, what should I do? All right, let's just go in. So we went in. The person scanned our ticket. No one was up behind us or anything. So we went in and we talked. We got our picture with Carol. And Carol's like, hey, are you guys the last ones? And we're like, no, there's a big line of people out there waiting for you. And she was like, oh, shh. And it was kind of funny because she was taken back by all the people who wanted to get a picture with her. And this was in season 6 when she was around the time when she killed the Whispers, hopefully the Whispers, but the Wolves. So it was kind of like everybody wanted a picture with her because she was a badass with a thing over her face and a W on there. It was pretty cool. And then we got our picture and we got in line and it was kind of cool. But again, we could have missed out on the other pictures and it just was poorly organized for it and was just crazy with one of those things. So it was just kind of interesting that they kind of never learned from their mistakes from it. It was kind of one of those things that they just kind of kept it rolling. And so I'm excited to see what is going to happen with things in the future with it, but it's not looking good for Walker Stalker that's going on right now. Today's the last day of the Walker Stalker Atlantic Convention, so it was pretty interesting to see. Man, look at all these people. Like, there's this person, you can like Brian without being. So people, like, I don't understand why people have to come here and cause problems. Like, it's a big deal that let's just have a good time here. People are just starting trouble. The trolls came out last time. That was unwarranted. And then you're harassing, you're, defaming someone's character, and you're just saying things that's just slanderous too. So it's not cool to people to do all that in a way, but people are going to say whatever they want to say and do it and get away with it online. So zero tolerance is for what this channel is all about for it. People accept it, people like it, people don't. So we don't need any exactly strong as we don't need negativity. We don't need it at all. You get that in enough. If you're in enough groups for Walking Dead on Facebook, you see enough people complaining about all the different things whatsoever. And there's been some big groups and some awesome groups that had to leave because people are just breaking it off too, So it's just kind of crazy what it is. But, overall, we have a good feel here and we try to have a lot of fun here too. So is anyone in Walker Stalker Con right now on the chat in the live stream? That'd be kind of tough, but it'd be kind of crazy for it. But, general admission is the way to go. I have gone for Walker Stalker cons, and if you have a chance to meet some of the celebrities, it's pretty cool. Some of the smaller celebrities like Kelly Mack and some of the people that were just in season 8 and 9 and smaller characters, it's not like you get to meet them anywhere else. And you go to their table, they pay cash, 40, 50, 60 bucks. You meet them directly there. You get an autograph and you get to talk to them a little bit. And it's a good way to do that. It's pretty awesome. So I love the idea of just be aware of Walker Stalker cons, because I'm excited for you guys to go and potentially meet them, but I can't honestly recommend them anymore because of the stuff that's happening recently, and I don't want to send you guys there and then it not work out, and then I'll feel bad because I'm done there too. Just be aware of it. So Mikey 007, I hope someone from Fear the Walking Dead save Morgan and fight off the group and bring everyone to Alexandria. So I hope Morgan is saved as well. I don't think they're going to go back to Alexandria, but I hope so too. So James, the books right now are not on sale. They're what they are for, they're not made until someone orders them. It's Create Space is what it's designed for. So there's not like a bunch of books that were printed. It's a document that gets printed when someone makes it. So it makes the order and then they get printed for sure. I tried to set up something and I might be able to work on some coupon codes and some things for it down the road. I'm trying to get kind of a bundle for it, but they're individual, like I said, so they're individual printing of the books. So unfortunately I can't do that. But James, the best way to go actually is the Kindle for the books. That's the best way to go. They're the cheapest and most affordable for sure. And then you can get Kindle Unlimited and you can read all the books through that. And it's definitely, free. So it's free. It's through the service. So you can read the books for sure. Yeah. Good luck with that, Killer Hacks. I don't believe that's true, but that's what people want to do for sure. So, yeah. And it's funny, guys, like people love to say like, yeah, you just police the comments and you block people for this and that. Of course I do, because I don't want people to just get away with whatever they say at me or anybody in here. That's not cool to just come attack someone too. There's people that get attacked for just liking The Walking Dead. It's crazy, right? People love The Walking Dead. People hate the people that love The Walking Dead. People would just hate people for any reason, right? They'd be like, oh, you like The Walking Dead? Walking Dead sucks. What's your opinion on that? I'm going to go the exact opposite of that. You like Daryl? Oh, I hate Daryl. You're like, what? So people are just being negative just to be negative. It's crazy to think that, but people do that. People have that personality, and definitely online. So people need to be accountable for what happens online too. Like, I don't think any of us in here, I mean, some of the trolls that may be in here, but I don't think the majority of us go after people online. Who has time for that? I don't. I got my own YouTube stuff. I have my own career. I have my own house. I got, take care of my cat and my wife and this and that. And we have fun here and to talk to you guys and to be all that. Who has time to go attack other people? People have too much time on their hands, I guess. But because that's not cool, just go attack people. People just hate on people so much. It's not cool. So, Mark, I think I saw your question before about my dad. My dad loves The Walking Dead. I got him into it. And the first convention I ever went to was with my dad in Orlando, and my dad loves to talk about it. I talk to him every month or Tuesday about it when I drive home from work. He's like, I watched Walking Dead. And then he pauses, and then I'm like, what'd you think? Come on, like, stop being dramatic, pause, tell me about it. And he says, oh, this was cool, that was cool. And then I was telling him about, the whole Morgan thing after. He's like, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. And I was like, I think that Sherry is a good probability of saving Morgan. And he's like, oh, really? You think so? And he's like, yeah, I can't see him, but that's what I just pictured him saying. Like, so I don't know. It's crazy that people just don't, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted by people in the top chat. So I'm going to have to make some moderators for sure because it's ridiculous. But I know my dad likes The Walking Dead. He talks about it with me. He's actually will be here on Monday. So hopefully he'll watch the episode tonight and then I'll get to talk to him. But I had the ability to watch the episode yesterday and I liked it a lot. Season 10 is good. Some people hate it already. They're like, it was meh. It was boring. It was this. It was that. I think the season's been very good so far. The premiere was good. The Whispers episode was really good. And season 10, episode 3 was another good episode. So I'm excited for it for sure on there to talk about it. Ed Morris, stop complaining about people, bro. Are you talking about me or are you talking about someone else on there as well? Because I ain't complaining about nothing. I'm just saying being real who I am too. And it's funny because like positivity is what people want to see, positive online. But even when you're positive, people are negative about your positivity. And then when you're real, people are saying, why are you negative? Why are you this? Just be positive. If you don't like it, stop watching on there too. I'm like, you can't win. You can't win either way. So I'm just me. I'm just real. I'm just what it is on there as well too. So I'm excited to talk about The Walking Dead all the time. So Mikey007 talks about, I hope they show Eugene making bullets and arrows before the attack. So I hope that they show Eugene down the road making bullets. And I think it's pretty cool for that to happen, because there's some things from the comics that could happen on the show. And I think it'd be pretty cool. For sure. So, Renee H., your dad sounds cool, Bri. Well, my dad's all right. He's a nice guy. He's a good guy. He's 70 years old. He just turned 70 a couple weeks ago. And he's a supportive person by any means. He'll do anything for the people he cares about. And I feel the same way on there, too. So, I feel like I care about people, the right people that care about me. And then there's other things like I don't care about people that, I just would leave them alone because I want to be kind of left alone as well. So my dad's a talker. He'll talk your ear off. And sometimes it's funny to go watch him talk and talk and talk and talk. The other thing is like, when I have to leave or I have to do something, he's just all over the place. So it's just crazy. He'll talk too much or like, I got to go, stop talking, or like when I want to talk to him, he's got nothing to say. So sometimes we're not on the same page, but that is life for sure. My parents got divorced when I was young, so I was raised by my father, and I saw my mother. I still do. I see her. When I was growing up, I saw her every other weekend. So it was just one of those things where it's just kind of different, raised by different meanings and different people in different ways. Experiences in life make you who you are today. Some good, some bad, but we keep learning, and it's pretty cool. Michael Guest, do you think there's a chance that since we know the 3 circles of CRM represent 3 different communities, that each one of the Rick movies will focus on him needing to find his way through each? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to be in like Pennsylvania and then Nebraska and then here and then this and then that and then here. Because if the third community or one of the communities is in Nebraska State University, that's in Nebraska, I would assume Nebraska the state in the United States. So I don't think he's going to be traveling around the United States. And if he was, why wouldn't he just go back to Alexandria? I just think he's trapped somewhere and he's not allowed to leave. And the fact that he was brought there by Jadis may mean that he's low priority in that spot and maybe has to work his way up for the chance to get out of there and maybe lead a revolution or something at this place. But I think it's exciting. It's taking forever. The movies are taking forever to make because of probably all the different projects of The Walking Dead, but also Andrew Lincoln was filming a different movie that has nothing to do with The Walking Dead in Australia. So the early word was that they were going to film, sometime this year for a 2020 release. And then we didn't hear anything for a while. And then I saw a couple reports that they may start filming, and the idea was to start filming next month, late November 2019. And I think you could film the movie in 3 months. I don't know about how long it would take, but 2, 3, 4 months would be probably what it takes, and probably 2, 3, 4 months to edit it, and then it could be out hopefully by the end of the year. So it may take another year, but again, I don't work for AMC. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So Xmas Girl 304, I saw the question about the meds. Carol's meds are definitely a point of emphasis in the episode. I don't know what it makes. I just don't know what it makes sense to have that in there, but it's interesting because I'm interested to know what's going to happen with Carol, and the whole medication stuff definitely comes up this episode, and she calls it like coffee. So I'm not sure that the caffeine pills potentially are what they are, where she got them, what it is, but I would assume there's a bunch of pharmacies and all the stuff all over the place that she could have found, or she's had them for a long time, or maybe got them from Dante or something too. So we'll definitely talk about the episode in the last half hour of it. So Ripped Beachbody, your books do sound similar to The Walking Dead. Make a video to win us over. So if you don't know the book series, don't talk about it, please. But if you want to check out the book series, then just buy it. Buy the first book. If you have a Kindle, it's 99 cents. And the comparison of Fight for Us and The Walking Dead is that they're zombie apocalypse books, or story of the zombie apocalypse. That's it. For everyone that read the book series, They will tell you it's not the same. It's not close to the same. It has nothing to do with the same. And for people to say that it's like The Walking Dead, they haven't read the book series, because if you did, then it wouldn't. That's all I have to say about that, and I've said it before, and I say it again. Read the book series or don't, and don't tell me it's like The Walking Dead, because it's not. Janet, Q&A, Brian, we haven't seen Earl this season. Do you think he want to fight the Whisperers, and do you think he'll be killed during the war? Earl is, well, we saw him in the first episode. He hits the guy with the bucket, or he hits the walker with the bucket. He will be seen next episode, and I believe he wants to fight for sure. And Earl could definitely die, and I think that he has a probability of that. I don't know insider stuff for it or not, but I do think he could definitely go. He's one of those characters that did suffer last season, and he probably wants to get even with the Whisperers. I mean, if my wife was killed by a group, I would want to get revenge in a zombie apocalypse. I mean, it's just understandable, but you have to do it the right way and just be smart about it. I mean, that's all, right? So, Smilebird9 at the PT channel, do you think Maggie has something to do with Michonne's leaving? I don't think so at all. I think they're two separate things altogether. I still feel like Michonne is going to get information about Rick, and that's why she leaves. And that really has nothing to do with Maggie, unless she found out about Rick and she tells Michonne where to go. You know, that could be something there, but I just don't think they're connected. Do you think Rosita and Eugene are going to end up together? I do not. Dioscar, Marcelino. I do not think. I think that's not going to happen. Once you see the episode tonight, you will see that's a probability probably of it not happening. So that's a great point, Isaiah Serena. Junior, Bry, I wonder if Earl still has Gamma's sister's baby. He should, right? I mean, that's probably what it is for the baby that we found out a little bit more about that too. And it was kind of cool that they talked about it because they highlighted that somewhat too. And I think that they are highlighting certain things for different reasons. And people are like, season 10, episode 2 is boring. It was stupid. It was a bottle episode. Well, they talked about Alpha, talked about Beta, they talked about Lydia, they talked about Lydia still being alive, but Alpha lying, Gamma's sister, the baby. So there is some connecting points going forward, the backstory of Beta a little bit. So I thought it was a good episode. I don't know why people are hating on it, but again, people love to hate on it too. And people are definitely thinking that the idea of The Walking Dead struggling with ratings, it's definitely something that ripped Beachbody. Pretty aggressive, not sold anything to me there. Great. So I can't tell you and sell you on it. Go check out the books and the movies and the videos that we talked about it and highlighted it and show on that. Either you want to do it or you don't. If you want to join the fight, if you want to support it, do. If you don't, stop talking about it. Sorry. So I'm just tired of people just bringing it up on there too. So it's just interesting. If people have read the book series, my book series, you know that it's not. It's just not. I mean, that's just people that aren't. And there's one person that left a review that loves to say this and say that, and it's their review, so they can say what they want, but I can also stand up for myself on there too. So it's crazy as well. So let me just approach this because I think Don Key is, just being supportive, but he says, I don't think you credit properly. I credit extremely properly. I give credit where other channels I don't think do, and other Instagram people don't credit anything there too. I've mentioned things in comments. Do you know if I've read yours, Don Key? A lot. Then you claim them as theories. We support you, but that's tough on us. So how do you know I didn't come up with this already? Or what you said is what I said there too? You don't. And how do you know that I took it from you directly? You don't. How do you know I even read your comment? You don't. I'm not trying to take stuff from people and not give them credit. If I came up with something in myself, then I credit myself, I guess, right? But if I see a bunch of people saying things, and there's like numerous people's the comments and all this stuff on there too, do you want me to put like 50 people credit? Credit to those who are on there too. If you think it's definitely on there as well, see what other channels do. That's for sure. But I don't really care about other channels for what it was. We do here. Can't make everyone happy. I'm not trying to do what it is for sure. So definitely when I get back from my trip, my vacation, I definitely want to have some moderators here too for that. But some people can disagree with me, and I don't want them to be blocked for disagreement, which is fine. I'm no problem with that too. So Carol, my lady Carol, I've read all 10 books. Bry has a great imagination. There are bound to be some coincidental similarities, but it's his own creation. I personally enjoyed them and looked forward to more. So thank you, Carol. And I know other people in here like Carol and Jane and a bunch of people in here have read the books. M. King, my guy, they love the books. And that's what it's all about. People love the story. It's not the same. Like, it's just not the same. The Walking Dead is about Rick Grimes finding Carl and Lori on there too. The main character is named Ryan. He has nothing to do with being a police officer. It doesn't take place in Georgia. It doesn't take place in a bad spot like that. It's a zombie apocalypse in the future. That has nothing to do with the zombie apocalypse back then. It has to take place in Florida mostly, not the whole thing in Florida, but other states. Nothing to do with anything connected with the universe of The Walking Dead. That is something that I do not want to be there. There is a small little Easter egg connecting point to it. That's a shout out to that, but it's a shout out to them, and that's all it is. It's a brief blip, and it's gone, but it's there to shout out because of the craziness and the love for the channel, for The Walking Dead, and it's a shout out to it. It's indirectly, it's not there, and it's a small little thing, and then it's gone. That's it. So, James, Q&A, do you think Lydia will get killed by Beta after Alpha's death to show the Whisperers no weakness is acceptable and would make Negan and Daryl want to take out Beta? Whew, man. I don't know. The whole Lydia situation is interesting because Lydia being alive is going to complicate Alpha's whole thing with it. Lydia will be seen next episode. And I think Lydia will feel like an outsider for the rest of the season of Alexandria because people blame her for what happened to their loved ones. Like she did it. Like she did any of this, right? But the simple fact that she is there, she's a whisperer or was a whisperer, then, it's going to be there. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't want to see Beta, take out Lydia. That would be crazy to see that. It might be like too much to handle. I think Lydia survives. I think Alpha gets taken out by one of the people. I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but I want to see a big fight scene between Negan and Beta and Negan and someone else with that. I want that to happen. And I don't think you have to kill Lydia for that to happen. I think that's, you don't have to have that one versus the other, but we'll have to see what they want to do. That's for sure. Xmas Girl Q&A, did you see any comparisons between Rosita's talk with Eugene and Abraham's last talk with Rosita? Well, that's an episode 10, season 10, episode 3. Sorry, I can't talk. All these haters are getting to me. No, I'm just kidding. But season 10, episode 3, you will see Rosita and Eugene have a talk. And they have a come to deal with it moment. I don't know, like a big thing where Rosita is pretty aggressive with Eugene. And she's like, look, it's not going to happen between us. It's just not. And Eugene was basically like, I was trying to figure it out and trying to do all that. I got more of a comic vibe that, because Rosita and Eugene are together in the comics, but it was just kind of like Rosita didn't really want to be with Eugene. It just kind of happened. And, it just was a thing that was just, I don't know about that. And, Rosita got killed in the comics. She's still alive here. But I can see what you were talking about. Abraham's last talk with Rosita is like, look, you're not the only woman alive. I don't want to just be with you. And, I thought you were the only one. That's why. So I could see what you're going with that. But it's a good talk. It's a good moment. And so season 10, episode 3 is very good because it's different. It's a different kind of thing when you start off really good. I'm excited to sorry, I'm just reading a comment here. So, Heart of Nixie says, you have read my mind, Bri, and didn't give me credit. How so very awful. Really, people, if you want to promote ideas as being your own ideas, set up your own channel. And I definitely feel, that's for sure. I definitely like this for sure. Heart of Nixie, thank you for the comment. I just feel like people want notoriety on there as well. And I can understand that because people have taken stuff from my channel, my videos, my theories, and they just went to Instagram or whatever and they went with it. Didn't credit me at all. And that really was annoying. But it's interesting when people post spoilers and then you do that, and then or I post something on my channel and they don't really, they post something after my video is released. So did they watch it? Did they not? It's hard to tell, but there's definitely some problem with that on Instagram for sure. But giving credit where credit is due, I try to strive for that, and I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. I'm not trying to take your stuff and roll with that. In the past, someone was like, I gave you this information on Facebook, and then 20 minutes later, a video popped up. And you're like, all right, well, I try to credit to them and try to have credit for sure. So Tavion, Sylvester, Bry, when do Alpha attack Hilltop? I don't know. That's a good question. So the attack on Hilltop could start very soon, and then it probably will go into the back half of season 10. So I think it's definitely interesting to the Hilltop attack will be first half and second half too. So Frico Rico, great name. Q&A, do you think Maggie will see Michonne before Michonne leaves, and who is going to take care of RJ and Judith? That's the big question. So it takes a village to raise a child, that's for sure, and Angela Kang brought that up. So I think the community would raise RJ and Judith for sure. I don't know if Michonne will say goodbye to Maggie, and I kind of hope they would, but I don't know if that's going to happen for sure. So season 10, episode 3. Let's talk about season 10, episode 3, right? So I'm excited to talk about the episode. So here we go. So it starts off with a clock, 6 a.m., and it goes for 49 hours where there's walkers attacking Alexandria. And you just see Alexandria. So you don't know if they're attacking Hilltop as well, but they're attacking Alexandria. So it's kind of great. It's kind of awesome to see that, and from that dynamic, and you see the time, and there's more walkers showing up, and they show different groups taking walkers out and taking this out and going there, and then there's more time that goes by, and it's pretty cool. And then they think, like, is it Alpha? Is it the Whispers? And then Gamma shows up and says, it's not them. It's not the Whispers. But are they lying, or is it not? Is it something else, right? So they have the Gamma says, meet them at the north border, her. Then you got to meet the Whispers, and you have to meet Alpha because she wants to meet. And the meeting takes place at night, which is crazy. It's creepy. It's spooky. It's this. It's crazy, right? So Michonne has a meeting and says with everybody there and the Council of Alexandria, and it's a little testy because people want to take out Alpha and the Whispers, and they kind of should. I think her name's Margot or something. I'm not sure. We don't get her name, but I think I've seen it around where it's one of the highwaymen. It's the woman of the highwaymen. So, or one of the women at least, right? So it's cool that they have the disagreements, that they're like, yeah, we should take them down. I'm tired of talking about satellites and this and that. We got to go have this meeting and take out the Whispers and Alpha. And Michonne's like, hey, Daryl, how many walkers were in that group that you saw? Tens of thousands. So they're like, what's the plan to take them? Because if she sends the walker horde to Alexandria, it's over, right? Which is not, because they should be able to take out walkers, and they should have a trench, and they should have stuff to, move them away, and they should be setting off fireworks to directing the walkers away, and then just to have it sent away. But, none of that comes up. But they ask Lydia, is it your mom? And she doesn't think so, but we don't know if it is or not, and then Gamma says it's not. So we have to go face value that it's not, because it's crazy to think that there's all these walkers around and they're coming towards Alexandria and the Whispers aren't involved. I mean, really, right? So the Smile Board, I'll talk about a little bit episode 1004, later in the video, but I'll talk about that because I saw the trailer for it too. So it's pretty cool for sure. Then they talk about it, and there's people taking out the north wall of Alexandria and the south wall. There's Aaron leading his group, and then Father Gabriel leading their group, and then you have Carol, Daryl, and Michonne, and Laura, and a bunch of other people go to see Alpha. And they're supposed to lay down their weapons. And Carol's like, we really going to go there unarmed? And Daryl's like, we don't have a choice. But Carol ain't messing around. So she has a gun with 3 bullets, which is pretty awesome. Shouldn't more people have guns, though? Because shouldn't Eugene be making bullets? I don't know. They should have been making bullets over the 6 years and just have it, right? I mean, you should have guns. I mean, we haven't really seen many guns since, season 8. But, so you're seeing this, you're seeing that. And before that, I skipped that over. Negan is recruited by Father Gabriel because they're fighting and they're getting tired, and their fatigue is definitely setting in, because it's definitely a thing that it's crazy. So one person, Negan, isn't going to kill all these walkers, but he's going to help out. He doesn't want to help. He doesn't want to fight. He wants to stay back. He wants to dig graves, and he wants to pick tomatoes. And Aaron's like, look, we don't want him. He doesn't want to be there at all. So the Father Gabriel steps in, peanut butter, meat jelly, you're low on fighters, you're a good fighter, you're going to do that. And so it's pretty cool to have Negan stepping up and fight these walkers. But Aaron doesn't trust Negan. He gives him a broomstick that I guess he's sharpening. And Aaron puts his mace hand on, his mace hand with the spiky ball on it. And it's pretty cool. He like punches a walker and it like, poof, and it like knocks the face off. It's pretty awesome. We need to see more of that, right? So Aaron and Negan come face to face. And Aaron doesn't trust Negan because Negan finds a crowbar. And he's like, no, don't do that. Put it down. Nope. And he throws some twine at him, some rope. And he's like, tie yourself up. I'm taking you back. Because Aaron doesn't trust Negan, which I can see that. So it's kind of crazy to think that the idea of Aaron and Negan working together isn't working out. But it makes sense, right? And Negan and Aaron come face to face, and they're like, look, if you don't protect what's yours, it's going to be someone else's. That's basically the ideology of the saviors. Take what you have and protect what you have, or it's going to be something else, right? So, Ken Attitude says spoiler warning, so if you don't like it, you can leave. And I said I would talk about the episode in the last half hour of it, so I'm talking about season 10, episode 3, spoiler warning. So, literally, thank you, Coaster Boy 456. Man, people are hilarious, and they get mad about it because like they're not reading things. But I want Lucille back too as well. Frico Rico. That's kind of interesting that we haven't seen that yet. But when there's a walkers coming with Aaron and Negan, there's something on them. I think it's hogweed, and it gets in Aaron's face, and it's like it blinds Aaron, so he can't see. Negan got it on his arm, and he was scratching his arm. So he didn't get bit. And there's some people worried, did he get bit? No. But it's crazy that Negan goes somewhere and hides. Aaron gets blinded by the hogweed stuff, and then he washes his eyes out, but he still can't see. 2 walkers show up. Negan takes him down with the crowbar, the bloody crowbar from the trailer that we saw over the summer. That was answered. He did not kill Aaron. He did not kill Dante. He did not kill Brandon. He did not kill anybody but 2 walkers. We don't even see Brandon in this episode. So if you know the comics, you know why Brandon is important to the Negan story with the Whispers. But, so Negan and Aaron talk. They talk it out. They hug it out. No. And it's cool because you feel that Aaron and Negan come to an understanding and they work together. So, JT, so what you think about the walker at the end, Bri? At the end, there's a whisper that gets shot by Carol and dies and comes back as a walker at the end of the episode, and then it cuts to black, and that's the way it ends. So I would assume that because it's a walker, it's a whisper that died and still had the whisperer mask, and the eyes are a walker. So the person comes back as a walker that looks like a whisper. So I thought 2 things, like, oh, that's great. The walker is going to go into the whisperer camp, and the people are going to go towards that person, and the walker is going to start attacking them, which would be pretty good, take out some of the whispers. Also, they're going to know that the whisperer was killed by, our group, which is going to cause more problems. So that's kind of interesting to see where it goes. But Carol taking the medication, and she's not sleeping. So Carol is hallucinating. She sees Henry. She has a conversation that doesn't happen with Daryl, it's an awesome conversation, but it didn't really exist. Carol and Daryl talk. Well, Daryl talks about his father that was a truck driver that didn't sleep as well. So it's interesting as well. So can do attitude. If you can't read the title and I'm doing what I'm talking about, I'm talking about it, spoiler warning, I'm discussing the episode, then why are you here? Like, don't threaten me with, I lost a sub. Like, okay, then just leave. Like, stop drawing drama to yourself. Sorry, I can't speak with all the haters here too. So, but that's okay. I got enough people here that support us, so it's good too. So either way, they go to a school after the meeting with Alpha because Alpha, I guess, sent 3 whisperers out, But we see 3 whispers, and Carol sees them and shoots at one and then falls as she's going after them. And it's kind of crazy that they go after the whispers and they go to a school, and then Carol gets caught in a trap in the school that was basically set by a whisper that she shot, and it dies at the end of the episode. But Carol is hanging upside down by a rope, and it's pretty crazy. And some walkers come in and do that, and she survives. No one dies in the episode. I guess the whisperer dies, and some walkers. And then she lands on a piece of glass, and the group has to take her back to Alexandria. Well, why did they just go back to Alexandria in the first place? Did they want to stay out there? I'm not sure what they were trying to do there. Then there's a big piece of glass in her arm that Dante and Sadiq have to take out. Sadiq is struggling with doing his duties as a doctor. Dante comes in and helps him, and you kind of feel like Dante is a better guy. The first time we saw him, it was like, man, it's kind of weird. What's up with this guy? But I like him a lot better after watching season 10, episode 3. He has a conversation with Sadiq, talking about that he was a field medic in Iraq, and he thinks highly of himself. He calls himself an Adonis, and it's pretty funny. But I think he's just bragging, and he's just being funny. I don't think he's being, super weird or anything crazy. I just think he's one of being pretty cool. So it's pretty cool that you see something where they're being building the character of Dante. And they build that relationship with Dante and Sadiq. But again, we have 2 doctors. So I'm like, oh, man, what's going to happen here, too? So, I thought it was pretty cool, JT, with the Carol thing. It was kind of cool being in the school and what was real, what wasn't real. Is Carol going to hallucinate something? Because Carol in the comics is way different, and she has a problem with things. And, some people sent me a theory of theirs on Instagram thinking that Carol may die this season. And I just don't think Carol's ever going to die. I think Carol and Daryl are the last 2 survivors on the main show. If she does die, it's at the end of the series. But I don't think she dies this season, especially if we're going to lose Michonne. We can't lose Michonne and Carol. That's crazy, right? So if Michonne is leaving, she's not going to get killed off, in my opinion, Michonne. But it's just kind of crazy that it's interesting that Carol is going to have these problems. But it builds for the show. I think it's pretty cool. Smilebird9 Q&A. I don't think Aaron and Negan gets back to Alexandria. I think they might get in trouble. If you remember the scene where Negan actually got the crowbar. Yeah, I mean, the other thing is that I think that Aaron says to Negan, the best thing for you to do is leave. So I think that highlights what's going to... Negan's going to eventually come to the conclusion that it's better if he's not around this group. Because if you've seen the synopsis for an upcoming episode, that people are going to go after Negan next. They kind of start to go after Lydia, then they go after Negan, and Negan's like, look, I don't need to be here. So he's eventually going to leave and probably go to the Whisperer camp. And I believe that's in the second half of season 10. If you know some of the episode stuff here and the information that we got, then I think that's what it is. But you're right. I don't think Negan and Aaron get back to Alexandria. Well, I'll talk about season 10, episode 4, the trailer for that. I'm going to do my breakdown of it in a little bit. I'll have my review probably before the episode, just so I can post the review beforehand, and then when after, I'll post the breakdown of season 10, episode 4, the trailer of that. So I'll have a couple videos for that, and then Talking Dead tonight is it Angela Kang? I think it's Angela Kang, Carol, Aaron, and Chris Jericho from AEW Wrestling. Chris Jericho from WWE, but AEW Wrestling right now. So 4 people on Talking Dead, and pretty cool stuff. And last Sunday, I got to bring this up. I was watching The Talking Dead. Ryan Hurst, Thora Birch, Yvette Nicole Brown. I was excited, and I was super excited for the quiz. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get this quiz. I'm gonna win this bad boy, because I've never won. I've come close, and I've come way off, but I've never won the quiz. I don't want to win something on Talking Dead, right? I would love to go to Talking Dead, but it's pretty cool. So I got the quiz. First question, boop, got it right. Second question comes up. I lose my connection on my internet, on my computer. I got the question. I clicked the answer. I didn't get credit for it. I looked at the other question. I would have got it right, and I think I would have been up there for a good chance to win. but my internet was messing up at the time of the quiz. And then it worked fine for the rest of the night and the rest of the week, and it was fine. But at the time I needed it not to mess up, I just couldn't get the quiz right. And I'm like, oh, man, it's crazy, man. So, yeah, James, the book. Let me talk about that. The book. Carol looks at a book. It's a home economics book. And she looks at it. And it's just like people at home. It's a mom, and then people are sitting around the dinner table. And then she looks at it, and she sees herself, and it's Sophia, Lizzie, Henry, Minka, and Sam all at the table. And you're like, it's creepy. It was creepy. But it's not the real book. It's not the real cover. But she was seeing that. And you're like, oh, man, it was crazy. I'm like, man, that was nuts, right? So, Frico Rico, I'm not sure when Morgan's coming back. I'm not sure if that's a thing, too. So, Molly, is Lizzie in the episode tonight? I didn't see him. I didn't see Lizzie. I know there's a young actress that's supposed to play younger Lizzie, and I saw pictures of the actress in the same outfit with boots and pants to look like Lizzie from, prior season, but she's not in this episode. It's crazy, right? So, people, the trolls are out now. It's hilarious, but haters are going to hate, and it's just funny because people were saying all this stuff like your channel's this, your channel's that, you're unoriginal, all that stuff. I think I'm highly original. I'm highly real. I share information with you from credible sources. I give credit where credit is due. I have nothing but respect for people, and spoiler sites and spoiler groups on there too. And it's just funny when people love to hate every little thing possible. They hate on success, and that's where it's at. Jane Bride, do you think Beta would turn on Alpha? I don't know. I don't know if Beta would do that. But I do think that it's not Alpha that's sending the walkers to Alexandria. But what if it was Beta? What if you watch season 10, episode 2, there were some problems with Alpha and Beta? And what if Beta is like, I'm going to lead this group? Alpha is messing things up. She lied to the group. She's been doing things kind of mess up for a little while now. I'm going to send stuff to Alexandria. Or maybe it's the satellite. Maybe it's the windmill. Maybe it's the wind. Maybe it's whatever. But there's a lot of walkers going towards Alexandria. Tavion Sylvester, Bri, how did Aaron get the spike on his hand? He can remove his hand. He can remove the prosthetic. So he removes the hand attachment, and then he puts the prosthetic mace ball thing, which is pretty cool. So 07 Viper, yep, episode 3 is just spooky. It's pretty cool. It's got that feel of like horror, and I like it. It's pretty cool. Danny Dwars, who will kill Alpha? What do you think? My best options are Carol or Negan. Could be Lydia. I doubt it would be Beta. Could be Gamma. But I think the best options are Carol and or Negan. I think that would be pretty cool. But guys, going pretty good. Haters didn't come around for a while, but that's what people do, and it's pretty interesting with it. But some people love to do what we do here. And again, guys, so hopefully you follow me on Instagram, Twitter at the PT channel, Facebook, we have at the PT channel, a Facebook group. You can follow my personal page on Facebook as well, because I'll be posting different pictures, different things. I'll try to post as much as I can there. I just won't be able to post videos on YouTube because I'll be away from my computer. I won't have my microphone. I won't have all that stuff for it. But I'm going to Las Vegas for a couple days, and then I'm going to Portland, Oregon for a couple days. So if anybody be at Roll-Off Farms next weekend, I might be there too. We plan to go to the zoo in Portland. We try to do a couple things on there as well. And then Monday when I come back, it's like losing hours coming from the West Coast to East Coast, flying from, Oregon to a layover and then a layover to Tampa. So it's going to be a lot of flying. I'm going to get back super late on Monday and then try to sleep on Tuesday and stuff, whatever. So I'll be able to post videos back on Tuesday. I may do like a face-to-face video, say, I'm back, I made it, guys, So I won't be able to post videos. The channel is not going anywhere. There's no problem with the channel. There's no problem with me. There's no problem with anybody else. There's no problem with YouTube, even though there kind of is some problems with YouTube sometimes. People are getting unsubscribed and they had to resubscribe, and it's not me. It's not me at all. People aren't getting notifications from time to time. So it's not me. I just post a video. Hopefully you guys will get notified with it. So hopefully you guys will give me a follow on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff, so I'll be able to keep up with different things. So I'm excited to talk about the episode tonight. I will have my review done later tonight, as well as season 10 episode 4. Yeah, that's right, like a mother to mother. So also, let me just say this one thing. Carol takes her gun with 3 bullets. She is right there, face to face with Alpha. Alpha walks over to her because she's like, I'm not going anywhere until this one kneels to me or looks down at me or basically accepts the fact that Alpha is their leader and she needs to abide by the rules, because she feels the, resentment and problems with Carol, which is definitely there too. So Mark Breyer, you going to pick out a pumpkin? I'm not going to pick out a pumpkin because I got to fly back with it. So I would love to, but I can't pick out a pumpkin from the pumpkin patch. I may take some pictures of some pumpkins, but can't do that in Oregon. But Carol has a gun. Alpha is basically taunting her. Carol's like, I ain't messing around. Takes out her gun, and it's hard to tell because it's dark. It looks like Michonne stops Carol from hitting Alpha because it's like, poof, and it hits the ground and it doesn't hit Alpha. So it's either Daryl or Michonne. It's hard to see at night. But either way, Michonne apologizes and says she hasn't slept. She lost a lot. She knows because Alpha says, yeah, boy, he called your name when we put his head on the pike. Basically taunting Carol. And it'd be way too easy if Carol was just like, boom, and takes her out, which would be awesome. And it would take us back to Rick in the premiere episode, the opening of season 1, episode 1. Would be awesome if you took out Alpha that way. But it doesn't happen. Laura lives. Everyone that goes to meet Alpha lives. But Alpha wants more of her border. She wants more land. She wants more able to hunt. Carol doesn't like that because she's losing part of the hunting ground, and it's just not good. But Carol is kind of outranked by Michonne and Daryl, and so it's kind of crazy. And overall, it's a good episode. It's a good thing for tonight, season 10, episode 3. I think season 10 is good. I think it's a great thing. I love the idea that it's one of those episodes that's like a building episode for sure. Season 10, episode 4 looks great as well. It's more of a Hilltop episode. Hilltop is being attacked by walkers, and some people get injured. I think 9 people get injured. Earl wants a fight. Luke says, asks Connie, is it them? She signs, I think, no. She was like, nah, she doesn't think so. But how could you know? How could you know that it's not Alpha or the Whisperers or Beta or somebody, right? Either way, there's a lot of walkers coming towards Hilltop. And they got to fight. They got to take them out. They got to do this. Maybe we lose a character. Maybe we don't. It's hard to tell. But also the Whisper idea of silence the Whispers, people write it on Lydia's house door, which bothers me because they're picking on Lydia. And this isn't Lydia's fault. Lydia's not bringing all the Whisperers around, the walkers around too. So it's interesting. Season 10, episode 4 looks good. It looks like another good episode for this season too. So thank you, Jane. I will have a good time. I will have pictures and videos on there as well. I've been to Las Vegas before, but this is the first time going with my wife. We're going to take a tour, a bus tour around. We're going to the O show at Bellagio. And other than that, we don't really know. We might gamble a little bit, but I'm not a big gambler at all. I know my wife wants to play a little bit, so we'll see of that. We got to go see Vegas and enjoy, and then we're excited for Oregon. It's going to be cooler there, for cold, downright cold. I guess it's going to be a high of 50s when we're there, in the low 30s when we're there too. And I'm used to like 80-some degree weather right now in Tampa, so it's going to be cold when we're in Oregon. But I'll be back as soon as I can to post videos for you. But I'll be posting videos tonight and tomorrow, and I'll try to post at least one video on Tuesday, but I got to work, so I'll post a video in the morning for what it is too. So Walking Dead Daryl, I post a bunch of videos. I love posting. That's your opinion that I post too many videos, man. So if you don't like it, don't watch them all, but stop hating, support us, be positive with it, and enjoy that we post some awesome, great Walking Dead videos. Thank you very much. So if you don't like it, then don't watch them. But I love making videos for everybody else, so I'm excited to talk about it when I can. So I post a video and another video and another video, and that's what we do here. So we love talking about a bunch of things for The Walking Dead. But thank you guys for taking the time with it. Minimal trolls today, which was great. Blocked a couple people, which is what you got to do, unfortunately. So thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, staying true to yourself. No live stream next Sunday, guys. I apologize for it, but I'll be back the following Sunday and the following week. So enjoy tonight's episode, Talking Dead and all that stuff. Stay tuned for more videos coming later today and Monday and Tuesday. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I love you guys. See ya.